Remembering Indigenous Mind. Late one hot summer night, I listened to the constant wail of sirens, the roar of traffic outside my window, and the familiar shouting of my neighbors arguing. Perhaps that is the way they relate before their banter turns into sex. Or could this be a form of foreplay to establish their roles of dominance and submission? Or perhaps they are just watching TV. Fact and fantasy are often difficult to separate. Is it life that imitates art? Or is it art that imitates life? Or does the fabric of our existential lives weave the thread of artistic expression via a reflexive co-creation? Am I generating this text and thereby creating new meaning? Or are these symbolic expressions of sound and silence no more than chaotic reconstructions without any purpose other than that which we ascribe to it? Contemplating this enigmatic crossroads in search of reality, there was at least one thing of which I was certain. I could no longer stand the creeping sensation of sweat that continued to trickle down my back, an experience of torment that was intensified by the sticky, humid breezes carrying the smell of rotting garbage through the open windows of my apartment, whose aroma clung to my sweat-soaked skin like some primordial perfume. Seeking relief, I chose to take a drive in the country. Upon leaving the city limits, beyond the trance of this human-constructed mythos that we have breathed into existence with our narrative metaphors, beyond the glare of buzzing neon lights that try to keep us a willing slave to their flashing symbols of consumerism, like zombie grubs feeding on the material structures of technology, in cinematic homage to the Night of the Living Dead and neo-Darwinian dreams, who, while those that wish they had the courage to be heroes, are secretly hoping to awaken from this nightmare and break through the chrysalis as butterflies, free to explore the farther reaches of cognition, while the anti-hero watches the scene of self-projected, iconic, archetypal wannabe heroes, hoping that at least for a timeless moment of this ever-present now, there will at least not be some crisis crying out for help. And then, all this deafening noise and senseless chatter begins to cease as the arrogance of my self-centered humanism slowly begins to fade from my awareness. Gradually, the messages to consume, consume, consume ease their pounding tension within my body-mind. Pulling my car to the side of the road, I stop. Stepping out of my car, stepping out of the limits of self, I turn my gaze to the night sky, observing its mysterious grandeur. Feeling refreshed, like having thrown off a great weight that had been holding me down, I get back into my car, back into the vehicle of my body and personality construct. This experience marks my journey's beginning. Soon the landscape changes as I continue to motor on beneath the sheer rock faces of a canyon wall, brightly illuminated by a full moon's glow. The boulders of the canyon seem to gaze upon me like stone gargoyles perched on reptilian lakes, ready to strike the unwary passers-by below. Nature grinning with fangs red as I cringe with fear. As the valley deepens, The walls of the canyon loom ever larger, while the rhythm of my tires beat out sounds as they pound the pavement, likened to a ceremonial drumbeat, whose resounding echo fills the maze of canyon walls in endless reverberation. Onward, onward, relentlessly proceeding onward, twisting and turning on endless curves, as my car's headlights blaze like beacons, illuminating the secrets lying before me, as the rubber roadway snakes out far into the night. Gradually, the magic of this solitude, mixed with the continual pounding rhythm of my tires, send my thoughts racing into the inner recesses of my unconscious, filling my body-mind with scenes of passionate demonstrations of eros, sky-clad dancers of many colors around a large bonfire, herds of wild animals of every description, fertile plains, mountains, glaciers, meadows, streams, rivers, seas, and oceans teeming with life, gaseous clouds of cosmic debris, exploding nebulae,